All right, lads, let's go over the patch notes. So guys, here we have the official patch notes for patch 12.12. Let's just get into it because this is a long owl set of patch notes. Added lighthouse location. The lighthouse at Cape Dalney was an important strategic object in the way of Tarkov. Or on the way to Tarkov. During contract wars, it was the main entry point for the USEC units and served as their base of operations. After the conflict, scavs took a fancy to this place until the old owners returned, who decided to stay in Tarkov and establish their own order. This is the first iteration of the location. In the future, the territory, the territory will be expanded and it will include new bosses. So we already have a new faction on Lighthouse, and so later on down the line, we're going to get new bosses as well. The Lighthouse location will feature a new AI type ex-USEC operatives called Rogues. They're a gang of former PMCs who previously operated together. They are well armed, well trained, and use coordinated combat tactics. They have similar interests to the Raider ones, but have united around a shared military past. Rogue USECs have taken over the water treatment plant and entrenched there. Stationary machine guns and grenade launchers are set up along the perimeter, with several fighters patrolling around the clock. When an enemy is detected in a sector or or there is a suspicion of enemy presence, the guards will open suppressive fire, trying to prevent the enemy from approaching the territory. These new bots are lenient towards USEC PMC faction. They will not open fire at a USEC player unless he tries to enter their territory. If the player gets too close, he will receive an order to leave immediately and will be shot if not compliant. Also, if a USEC player is in a group with a bear PMC, both of them will be considered hostile and attacked on sight without warning. If a USEC player engages in a fight with rogues, they'll be considered a traitor and will be treated as hostile for the next several raids. Inertia has been added to the game for more realistic movement and actions. Inertia manifests itself in the following situations: walking and strafing, sprinting, sharp turns during sprinting, landing after jumping or falling from a height, leaning and sidestepping. The inertial force depends on the weight of the equipment and the strength skill level. The more your equipment weighs and the lower the strength level is, the longer it takes to decelerate or accelerate at the start of movement, walk, strafe, and sprint. The longer it takes to slow down after stopping movement, walk, strafe, and sprint. The longer it takes to slow down and accelerate when changing movement direction to the opposite one. And the more movement speed decreases during sharp turns while sprinting. The stronger and longer movement speeds decreases when landing after jumping or falling from a height. The slower it takes to lean, return to normal position from leaning and sidestep. So lads, no more fucking Rainbow Six Siege up in this bitch in Tarkov, thank God, finally. The inertial forces increases starting from 0 kilograms of equipment weight for characters with strength level 0, and then from 10 kilograms for characters with elite level strength. The inertial forces reach a maximum of 70 kg of equipment weight for a character with strength 0 and 80 kg with a character with elite strength. So this means obviously it's still going to be affecting all players even though they've hit max strength, which is fantastic. Expanded crouching and getting up mechanics now for a duration of these actions depends on the degree of weight overload. Getting up drains stamina. The amount of spent stamina depends on the degree of overload and the number of changed stance bars. So this means that we can't go prone anymore. Crawl, stand up, and then keep going like we used to before. You're actually going to have to stop, maybe drop your bag to regain your stamina. Expanded the weapon malfunction mechanics. Along with misfires, weapons can now suffer the following malfunctions: failure to eject. After firing, the cartridge will be jammed by the bolt, partially visible in the ejection port. And the problem of, the source of the problem is, first of all, the technical condition of the weapon, and less often the overheating of the weapon and the cartridge characteristics. Failure to feed. After firing, there is an issue with the new cartridge feed. Round gets stuck in the mechanisms of the weapon, cartridge case, etc. The main source of this problem is the weapon's magazine, especially the high capacity and drum magazines. Other sources can be cartridge characteristics, weapon overheating, and technical condition of the bolt. Jammed bolt. After firing, the bolt gets jammed. Jamming can be two types: normal and hard. The only difference is the duration of the troubleshooting. The cause of the jammed bolt can only be overheating of the weapon or its technical condition. Hard jamming occurs only at low values of technical condition and the weapon, 5% and below. Okay, so you have to have like a really mangled weapon in order for that to happen. So that makes sense. Malfunctions cannot occur in new weapons durability more than 93%, except malfunctions caused by overheating. Some types of weapons cannot have certain malfunctions due to their design and mechanisms of operation. Now, in order to fix the malfunction, you need to determine its type. First, to do this, you'll need to inspect the malfunctioning weapon via the weapon inspection hotkey. Characters with elite level of troubleshooting skill will automatically detect the type of malfunction as soon as it occurs without having to inspect the weapon. Now, after events and actions related to malfunctions, malfunction occurrence, determining the type of malfunction and fixing the malfunction, a colored malfunction occurs and a sound signal is played. These notifications and sounds can be disabled in the game settings by unchecking the malfunction notifications box. I would recommend you guys leave that on because, yeah, probably hard to tell mid-fight. Weapon overheating and related effects have been added to the game. Weapons heat up after each shot. The heating rate for each shot depends on the cartridge, barrel, heating related element of the weapon, receivers, muzzle devices, handguards, etc. In contrast to heating, the weapon is constantly cooling down. The cooling rate also depends on the barrel and other cooling related elements of the weapon, receivers, muzzles, devices, handguards, etc. The degree of overheating can be monitored by the visual state of the barrel and muzzle devices. You can distinguish the 4 stages of overheating in ascending order. Each stage of overheating adds a new negative effect. Slight overheating. The weapon is heated, but there is no reddening of the barrel and muzzle devices. Effects. Heating of the barrel, muzzle devices, and handguard is visible in thermal scopes. Possible mirage, so a heat haze on the barrel and the muzzle devices, that's pretty cool actually. The heat haze idea, I like that. Medium overheating. The weapon is heated. Reddening of the barrel and muzzle devices is in effect. Affects the weapon accuracy decreases. Malfunction chance increase. Wear increases, and the weapon's maximum durability is reduced during firing. Okay. Severe overheating. The weapon is very hot. The barrel and muzzle are sizzling hot. Affects the weapon rate of fire changes. Possible cooking off chance. So for those of you that don't know what cooking off is, it's when it happens in tanks where it'll get too hot, or if a tank catches fire and everybody evacuates it, the ammo that's stored in the tank will actually start cooking off, which means it'll start exploding. It'll start setting itself off. So that's a really cool effect. I want to see what happens when that happens. And then maximum overheating. When this level is reached, a malfunction occurs and the bolt gets jammed. So that's actually sick that ammo can cook off in your gun. That's actually awesome. They've also improved the mechanics of external ammo ballistics, now calculating the flight trajectory and energy, the initial speed, bullet weight, bullet diameter, and the shape and ballistic coefficient are taken into account. Previously, only the initial velocity and bullet weight were taken into account, so we've seen these graphs before. Basically, old versus new trajectories and stuff. So basically, what this is going to mean is it's going to be easier to shoot people at longer ranges. At close to medium ranges, and then at longer ranges it'll be harder because there will actually be never mind. No, it's just going to be easier to shoot everybody from basically all ranges because the drop off starts happening much later. But this is also going to be different for all the different rounds as well, so maybe I'll make a video going into all these graphs if I can get them all and we can talk about it. So this is M80. This is the drop with 100 meters zeroing. Interesting. Yeah, this probably deserves its own video, so I'll get into that at another time. With this, it becomes possible to achieve maximum correspondence with the real life data. Also, the loss of all types of damage, depending on the energy of the bullet at a distance, the increase in damage and penetration of the bullet from the change in bullet velocity have been corrected. For example, 545 by 39 at a distance of 150 meters, the drop in damage was about 20%. But when changing the barrel for a longer one, thus increasing the velocity, the damage and penetrative abilities also increase. However, it's worth understanding that some ammunition, there is no data in open sources and they're incomplete. Such ammunition will be adjusted as the necessary data is found. So basically, lads, long barrel equals good, which is fine because we're all used to using long barrels anyway, aren't we, lads? Yes, we are. Adjusted the recoil mechanics when shooting, reduced the automatic recoil compensation when firing long bursts, decreased the recoil reduction bonuses from skills, and general refinement and improvements in the weapon recoil system. Pog. More skill has been added to Tarkov with these 3 little sentences. Feels good, man. VoIP. Added the voice communication functionality. To enable it, you will need to go to the sound settings and check enable VoIP box. This functionality is designed for coordination and the ability to negotiate. Remember that using VoIP inappropriately can ruin the experience for you and other players. Insults, playing music, clogging the air, and other improper behavior when using VoIP can lead to both blocking of its functionality and the banning of the game account. So they're fucking not taking the piss with VoIP. VoIP only works in raid and in push to talk mode. Players cannot talk for more than 15 seconds consecutively. This means that every 20 seconds in raid, you can only talk for 15 seconds regardless of whether it's consecutive or not. Pressing the push to talk button too often will trigger a short-term auto block. You can send reports for inappropriate VoIP usage. To do this, go to the gesture menu and press the report button while the other player is talking or was talking 2 seconds ago. You cannot report the members of your group. The audibility of the voice depends on the distance of the speaker, as well as the other sound modifiers, room partitions, floors, walls, active headphones, lowered visor, etc. Scavs can pay attention to players talking. VoIP can be quickly disabled from the gesture menu or via a hotkey. The push to talk hotkey can be reassigned in the control settings. Okay. Expanded operational tasks. Added the description variety to all operational tasks. Added the completed operational task to statistics at the player stat screen. Added the exit through the specific extract condition for the exit the location type tasks. That's pretty cool. So not only will they tell you to survive a certain map, but they will tell you to specifically survive through this particular extract. Added the ability to partially use different types of food and drinks. Only the duration of the effect changes from the amount consumed. The strength and delay before the start of the buff does not change. All buffs stack only up to the original buff's value. Negative buffs also stack only up to their original value. Negative buffs take skills into account, in particular the metabolism skill, which cuts the duration of negative effects up to 50%. Negative buffs take immunity to the maximum metabolism skill level into account. Now, we've also got some more shite here, lads, that we're going to go through very quickly. Added a bunch of new items, new weapons, new weapon parts. 4 new hand grenades, including everyone's favorite, the nutsack grenades. New equipment, new barter items, new keys. I called it, obviously. New map, new keys. New storage cases. Injector case! And key card holder. I don't know if these are going to be able to be put into your prison wallet, but I guess we'll find out. Rangefinders, handheld rangefinder, and tactical rangefinder module. 5 new cartridges. New clothing for USEX and bears. So get that fashion going, lads. You deserve it. New unique armbands, new face ties for both factions at the start of the game. Added new quests on the Lighthouse location. So hopefully these are some early game quests and we can get into figuring them out in the early game. Now we've got some graphic changes and optimizations. We've got screen space reflection. Basically, it makes the water look fucking fabulous, lads. So basically the reflections look much better now, which is very nice. Added optimizations for vegetation, rendering at long distance. This allowed us to significantly reduce the CPU load in locations with a large number of trees and other vegetation. Added optimization of physical collision objects. Added various server optimizations. SSR is now enabled by default in high and ultra graphics presets, and reduced the desaturation effect during the rain. The picture is now more vivid, so that's good. Now, lads, we've got a massive list of fixes, so I am just going to try and do my best rap god impression and fly through these. Fix an issue where the trader restock times were not updated until the client was restarted. Fix an issue when moving the flashlight on a weapon to another slot. An endless charge of the cartridge into the chamber could occur. Fixed an issue that caused error 500 when interacting with the in-game location map after it was ensured. Fixed an issue that resulted in insufficient lighting in the hideout. Oh, thank God, that was actually a bug. Okay, good. Fixed an issue where bots could shoot through walls on the factory location. Never saw it, but good thing it's fixed. Fixed an issue with the weapon inspect animation of the Saiga 12 and the SVD. Never saw that. Any of you guys ever see that? I'm live right now, by the way. Lads, twitch.tv/tweet, come hang out. Fixed an issue of overlapping sounds in the stairway and 3-story dorms on the customs location. Okay. I believe I know what they're talking about there. Fixed an issue where bots could instantly move to a crouched position. Fixed an issue where it was impossible to create a stack of currency or cartridges from 10 pieces. Fixed an issue where the player can open a locked door without a key using the breach option from around the corner. We won't talk about it. Fixed an issue where a player could move from the prone position to a standing position in inaccessible places if they change their stance during weapon chamber loading. Fixed an issue where the water filter resource could continue decreasing at the end of the purified water production. Fixed an issue where the expiring offer on the flea market disappeared from my offer section when it was extended at 0000. Roger, got you. Okay. Fixed the issue where the eye protection effects from the gorilla welding mask was not countered. Where the eye protection effect from the gorilla welding mask was not counted. Huh. Okay. Does that mean you were just randomly shot head-eyes with no matter what ammo through the gorilla mask and you just be killed? That might explain a few things. Although I found that this helmet was pretty much the best in the game, so I don't know. Fixed an issue where the stationary running animation played when leaning in a prone position. Fixed an issue where the flea market search only showed one part when buying parts for the assembly with 2 or more of the same modifications. Fixed an issue where the trader's restock timer could disappear after the timer ended. Fixed an issue where the introductory messages did not appear when entering the hideout for the first time. Fixed an issue where what spawned in offline mode than needed. Fixed an issue where the bare old school pants could disappear. My god, a bunch of pantless bears running around the woods. What could you... Can't be having that, lads. Fixed an issue where the stretch polygon could appear in the hideout's shooting range. Fixed an issue where Gluckar's bot guard would not shoot the player even when still having ammo remaining. Fixed an issue where the first examined weapon in the enemy's body was displayed as completely broken. Fixed an issue... fixed the visual discrepancy of the progress indicator loading and unloading cartridges in the magazine. Fixed an issue where the click sound... Oh my god. Thank god they fixed this, dude. This is the most annoying fucking bug ever. I'm so glad to see it fixed. Fixed an issue where the level of operational tasks was saved after a profile reset. Fixed an issue where the sound of opening a door with a key at the health resort can be heard on any floor. Oh, bummer. Used to use this to figure out where people were. Fixed an issue where the consumption of hand stamina did not increase, the level of hydration decreased. Fixed various audio issues related to sound overlapping. Fixed various issues causing error 228. Fixed various issues causing game crashes. Now we've also got probably the most important part of the list. This bit's kind of insane. These are various fixes. Adjusted and also improved the characteristics of some weapons. Remove the ability to quick throw grenades. Now, when you press the hotkey, your character will take a random grenade into their hands from your chest rig or pockets. This is a massive nerf to nade spam. And as somebody who doesn't really use grenades all that much, this is an awesome change, and I will absolutely take this on board. This is fantastic. Adjusted and added new crafting recipes for the hideout. Changed the conditions for unlocking hideout zones. All keys now have durability. 100 units except for keys that already had durability. That's an interesting change. I'd like to see that number lowered a bit, but I guess we'll just see how it goes. Changed the starting gear for bots and player scavs. Various balancing changes to rarity and spawn locations for items. Changes and fixes to the logic and parameters of weapon various weapon attachments. Various changes in the trader's range of items. Many localization fixes and improvements. Balancing changes to task rewards, and specific items can no longer be put up and purchased on the flea market. This includes all of the fucking class 4, class 5, class 6 armor, and also this massive list of end game ammo that just cannot be placed on the flea market anymore. I'm not going to read it all out, but if you guys want to see, you guys can have a look there. Just pause the video or something. But this is insane. I can't believe they finally did this. And I am incredibly happy to see that this is now a thing. Because this right here is probably the biggest change. Like the biggest change that has ever been made in EFT since the flea market was introduced. This is fucking awesome. I talked about having something like this so long ago, and I'm so excited to see that it is finally in the game. Yes, a lot of people are going to bitch about it. You know what I say to those people? Shut the fuck up and nut up and get in game and play the game. All right? This is such an awesome change, and it's going to massively change the whole dynamic of the game, and you love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. So lads, there it is. Patch notes breakdown. I'm going to need to take my inhaler. Lads, if you guys have made it this far in the video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and come to the stream, twitch.tv/tweak. I will be live when you guys see this video after it's uploaded. And yeah, lads, enjoy the patch. Very exciting stuff. It is 10 out of 10. Big poggers. And yeah, I hope you guys love the patch. So I will see you guys on the next video, or I'll see you guys in the stream. Peace out, my dudes.